Okay, so you've just used the PhET simulation to figure out the volume of the wood and the aluminum with certain masses. So for your wood, for your 2 kilograms, your volume should be 5. Then you go down to 10, 15, and 20. If you don't have those correct, make sure you make those corrections now. Aluminum is 0.74 liters, and then we have 1.48, 2.22, and 2.96. So now we're going to talk about how we can graph these together, and we're going to make 2 different line graphs. We're going to create a line graph for our wood, and I'm going to color in my key here. I'm going to make my wood green. And then we're going to make a line for aluminum, and I'm going to make that orange. So we're going to have a double line graph here. So you'll notice that I have already labeled my mass by ones and my volume by ones. Because if you look at the data that we have, our numbers in our mass are from 2 to 8. And then we have our values looking here for our volumes. The lowest is 0.74 and the greatest is 20. And you'll notice that this goes from 1 to 20. So we're going to show you how to begin graphing this. So I'm going to pick up my wood colored pencil and I'm going to go to mass 2, and then I'm going to go to 5 liters. So that's my data point here, 2 and 5. So I'm going to go over here, go up 2, and then I'm going to go over 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to make a point. Okay, I'm going to make one more point for wood to show you another example. So I have 4 and 10. So I'm going to count up 1, 2, 3, 4. And go over 10. And then I'm going to make my second point. And whenever I make a point, what I have to do is I have to connect the dots. So I'm just going to connect those dots with my pencil. And then I'm going to continue on so that I have 2 more. And I want you to try those 2 on your own for wood. So continue that green line or whatever color you chose. Okay, so in order to start the aluminum, I'm going to pick up my orange pencil. And for aluminum, it's kind of tricky because we have 2 for the mass and 0.74 for the liters, for the volume. So I'm going to go up 2 and 0.74, think about it, guys. Is that 1? Nope, it's not 1, but it's really close to 1. It's about 3/4 of the way, so I'm going to put a point right about here. And then my next point for aluminum is going to be 4, and then 1.48, which is really close to 1.5. So go ahead and plot that one, 4 and 1.5. Okay, so now neither of my lines are finished. You need to continue both of the lines, one for wood and one for aluminum. You also need to have a title on this graph. And then I need you to think about using this graph, answering these 4 questions. Think really, really hard. What do each of these lines represent? If I have mass here and volume here, what is this line? Think about what we did in the first unit with speed, with distance, and time. So what would this line represent? Has nothing to do with speed and distance and time. And then number 2, thinking about using the graph, which do you think is more dense or less dense? And then I want you to calculate the density of wood, and then on the next page, calculate the density of aluminum. Go ahead and finish those up on your own, and then sign up for a small group.